Today we're going to be making a macrame ornament, like a little Christmas ornament that has a seabird design in the center that you can take home to share with your ohana. So I have here our materials. I have 8 lengths, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have 8 lengths of 3-foot pieces of 2mm cotton macrame cord. So we got our strings. I have a 5-inch twig or stick, or a piece of driftwood can also be nice. And then I have a little piece over here to be able to tie around my driftwood to make a handle or a little hanger for my finished ornament. So the first thing that we need to do is actually attach our long strings onto the stick. So you're going to fold your string in half like this so that you have a loop at the very center. You're going to reach your fingers through the loop, and then you're going to fold the loop over and connect your fingers together again. Now you can slide it onto just one finger and pull those strings that you have in the center, and then wiggle your finger out. From here, you can replace where your finger was with the stick. And this is called a lark's head. This is a really easy way to attach your strings onto the stick. And when you do it, you just want to make sure that they're all going the same way. So make sure that you, you just put them all onto the stick in the same orientation. We're going to do this for all 8 of our strings, same style. Just reach your fingers through the loop, fold it down, connect your fingers, put it onto one finger, and wiggle your pointer finger out and replace it with the stick. Okay. Now that you have all of your strings attached onto your stick with lark's heads, it's time to pick it up and flip it over so that we can attach our hanger at the top. You're going to just place the end of your string underneath the end of your stick and tie a simple square knot around the end of the stick. By flipping it over before you tie your knots, it makes it so that you hide the knot behind the string when your ornament is displayed, so that you won't have to see the knot or the tail after you trim it off. So tie square knot securely on both sides. And at the end, we'll come in and trim these tails, but for now, let's just leave them there. Flip your piece back around. And at this time, if you want to secure this down to the table, maybe using some tape, or you can even try using a clipboard, and you can put that string underneath just to kind of hold it sturdy. Some people find this to be really helpful. To start out this design, we're going to be doing a row of square knots across the top. And we are going to work from left to right. So I'm going to take the first 4 strings, 1, 2, 3, 4, and I don't need any of these ones on the right just yet. I'm going to group the 2 center strings of this bundle of 4 together. I'm going to take the left string and fold it over the center, take the right string and put it on top of that piece I just put there, bring it under and behind the center strings, and then reach through this loop over here and grab it and pull it through. All right, so it should look like that. I'm going to start tightening it up. I can use my thumb to kind of hold down the center strings as I pull this snug, And then I'm going to do essentially the same thing, but I'm going to start with the right side this time. So fold it over the center strings, take the left string and go on top of there, under and behind the center strings, reach through the loop, grab your left string and pull it up and tighten it. This is called a square knot, and that's one square knot done. So now I move on to the next 4 strings. 1, 2, 3, 4. Group the center 2 together and start with the left side, fold it over. Take the right side, move it on top of that left string, move it behind the middle strings, reach through the loop and grab your string and pull it tight. Now we do the same thing again, starting on the right. Fold it over, grab the string and put it on top, reach behind your middle strings, then through the loop and pull it all snug. Okay. I'm going to keep on going with the remainder of my strings. Okay, now that I have tied 4 square knots, 1, 2, 3, 4, I'm going to do a row of 3 square knots this time. This time I'm going to set aside those 2 strings on the left, and I'm going to use the 4 next strings. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I'm going to group these ones in the center together. I'm going to take the left one, fold it on top. Take the right one, put it on top of there, go behind the center strings and up through the loop. Pull it up to the top, just like before, and then same thing. Fold the right string over, take the left string and go over, under, up through the loop, and pull it tight. Okay. Now I'm going to tie another knot with the next 4 strings. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, just these 4 for now. Those 2 in the center stay together. The left one comes over, right goes over, under, and up through the loop. Pull it tight to the top, and continue on with the right side. Fold it over, left one goes over, under, and up through the loop. There we go. Keep on going. The next 4 strings. 1, 2, 3, 4. Fold it over, over, under, up through the loop. Over, under, up through the loop. Tighten it at the top and then pull all your strings down. Make sure they all look nice and neat. And you can see that I'm making sure that they're not tangled or crisscrossing. I just want to make sure that they're all laying flat and going in order. All right, now I have done 1 row of square knots at the top. 1, 2, 3, 4, and I have 3 square knots following that. 1, 2, 3. And now we are going to actually start making our ʻIwa bird design. So for the ʻIwa, we're going to go to the very middle of our design. We're going to select these very center 2 strings, and you can tell that they're the center ones if you count from the left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. It's string number 8 and 9. Alright, so we need those ones, and then we need the 2 next to them, and we are going to tie a square knot. But this time, instead of tightening our knot all the way up to the stick, we are going to only tighten it part way. We are going to kind of make this knot float and hang out on its own down here. So I'm leaving about 1/2 inch maybe in between my previous knot and my new knot. It's a little bit tricky, but just try your best. Don't tighten it all the way to the top. After you do the first half of your knot, you're going to have to do the second half. So take the right side, fold it over, left side goes over, under, and up through the loop. And now when I'm tightening it, I'm just going to go slow and steady, a little bit at a time. And when I get up to this point where I'm trying to tighten the knot, maybe use your thumb to hold down the center strings and use your other fingers to kind of pull the strings tight. And you can pull on those center strings just to make sure that everything's looking nice and neat and that you're not ending up with a ton of slack, kind of like bubbling up and wiggling all over the place in between your last knot and your new knot. It's a little bit tricky, but just go slow and try your best. If you have to untie it and try again, that's totally fine and not a big deal. Now that we've tied one knot, we're actually going to tie half of a square knot. So I'm only going to do the left side, fold it over, right side going over, under, and up through here. And I'm just going to leave it at that. I'm not going to finish that knot. So now that we have this is kind of like the ʻIwa bird's head, and we have to start making the wings. This part is a little bit tricky. We're going to be learning a new knot, but we just have to go slow and be patient. So I'm taking this string that I just finished tying my knot with, and I'm going to angle it upwards. I can just use my hand to pull it up, and we're going to be using these strings over here on the left to tie knots around that string going up. So this string is going to be the wing, and all these little strings down here are going to tie around it. So I'm going to take this string that's closest to the square knot I just tied and fold it up, and then reach through the loop and pull it back behind the wing string. Hold the wing string in your left hand and use your right hand to tighten this down so that it slides towards the body. It might not look perfect just yet, but you have to finish the knot to make it actually secure, and this will hopefully make it look better. Fold your string up one more time, reach under the wing, and grab your string and pull it through. Now you can tighten it down towards the body of your ʻIwa bird, making sure that as you hold this string, you're kind of pulling it at a diagonal upward angle, and pull that string nice and taut and snug. Now your knot is finished. From here, let's keep going. We are going to continue tying these knots with the next two strings. So fold it up, reach through the hole, pull it through, and down towards the ʻIwa bird's body. Be careful, if you pull too hard, it's going to twist like that. So you can fix that by just pulling your wing string up and being light with how hard you pull on this string. One more time, up over the wing, reach under the wing, pull the string through, and tighten it down. Okay, there we go. We have one more string that we need to do this with, so go fold it up, reach under the wing, pull it down, and one more time to secure the knot, up, under, pull it through the loop. Okay, so the first half of the wing is done. Now we want our wing to start angling downwards because the ʻIwa bird has that nice angle to the wing where it goes up and then it goes down. So you can use a pointer finger to hold the wing down and then move your string and start pulling it at a downward angle this time. Now for our last 3 strings, 1, 2, 3, we are going to tie the same style of knot, but it's going to be going down, diagonally down this time. So I'm folding it up, I'm reaching under the wing, pulling the string through the loop, and as I'm tying it, I'm pulling on that wing string at a downward angle. So secure that, tie it one more time, fold it up, reach under the wing, pull the string through, and tighten it. Okay, making sure that the wing is going at a downward angle. 2 more to go. Fold it up, reach under the wing, pull the string through the loop, and tighten it upwards this time. Same thing, fold it up, reach under, tighten the string. And the last one, fold the string up, reach under the loop, tighten it towards the rest of the knots, and last one to secure it, fold it up, reach under the wing, and tighten it down to secure the knot fully. Okay, from here you can use your fingertips to kind of fold your wing to make it have that really nice pointy angle to it. You can straighten out all these strings to make them look a little bit nicer and neater. And then we have the same thing to do over here on this side. So I'm going to take the string that's closest to the body, the one that I previously tied that center square knot with, angle it up, and with these first 1, 2, 3 strings, those 3, I have to tie the knots around the wing. So it's a little bit tricky because it is the opposite direction of last time, but just remember the steps. Fold it up, reach under the wing, and pull the string through. Okay. And one more time, fold it up, reach under the wing, pull the string through. Okay, making sure that the wing is angling upwards, fold it up, reach under the wing, pull it down, fold it up, reach under the wing, and pull the string through, and secure it down. Okay, one more, fold it up, reach under the wing, pull it down towards the body, fold it up, reach under the wing, pull it through, and secure it. Okay, so those were my section of knots going up. Now it's time for my section of knots going down. Remember, you have to start turning the string to the downward angle so that your ʻIwa can have nice curved wings. So fold it up, reach under the wing, pull it through, fold it up, reach under the wing, and pull it through. Okay, one more. Let's keep on going. Fold the string up and over, reach under the wing, pull it through. Fold it up and over, reach under the wing, pull it through. Fold it up and over, reach under the wing, pull it through. And reach, or fold it up, reach under, pull it through, and tighten it. Tighten it to secure it. Okay. So here I have my ʻIwa bird head and the start of its body. I have the wings, and I have lots more string to be able to finish tying the body and the end of my ornament. To continue on with the body, I'm going to tie some square knots here. So I have my center. I'm just going to do 1 square knot to start, and I'm going to tighten it all the way up to the knots I tied before. So there it is. Let me finish that knot and make it nice and snug up to the top. Okay, so that's the middle part of our ʻIwa bird's body. Now we're going to take these outer strings and we're actually going to connect them together, and we're going to open up the strings that were the inside, and we're going to kind of switch it. The ones that were the outside are becoming the inside strings, and the ones that were inside are going to be the outside strings. Now we're going to tie one last square knot around these new center strings, and for this square knot we are not really going to snug it all the way up to the other knot, because we want to be able to see this cool shape that the string makes as we switch which strings are the center strings and which strings are the outside strings. So you can see how it kind of makes like that neat shape to it, and that's really cool for the ʻIwa bird's body. So leave about 1/2 inch like that, and then go ahead and finish your knot so that it'll be secure and it'll stay put. Okay, pull the center strings down and tighten it up. Now you can pull on it to make it really snug, and if anything doesn't look even, now is your time to even it out. Okay, so that is our ʻIwa with its head, body, and this is kind of like, you know, the body and the tail, and then the wings going up and then down. And we are ready to finish up. We are ready to finish up our ornament. We're gonna just do a few more knots down here to kind of fix it all up, and then it'll be done. So we're gonna do another row of square knots, the exact style that we did here. We're gonna put them probably about right here. However long you want your ornament to be, this is where you determine it. So starting on the left, just like before, fold over, take the right one, over, under, up, and now, kind of like what we done when we made the ʻIwa bird's head and body, don't make it go all the way up to the wing, because that's not what we want. We want to start making a line straight across that's going to end our ornament. So I think that's a good length for my ornament. So I'm going to leave it there. I'm not going to tighten it any further up. Instead, I'm going to finish the knot, and that will start my row of square knots along the base of my ornament. Okay, so now what I have to do is tie a series of knots that are all at the same height as that one, so it'll make a straight line going across the bottom. So the next 4 strings are here. Tie that knot. Okay. Start to make your knot move up and stop right when you get to be at the same level as the knot you just tied. Oops. If you go too much, you can always pull it to loosen it and make it go back down. Okay? Finish up your knot so that it can stay put. And let's keep on going. Now we're gonna do a row of 3 square knots, so let's leave out the first 2. We're not gonna use those ones. We are going to use these next 4, tie a square knot here, this time make your knot go all the way up to the other row of knots. Make sure that it's nice and snug up on there. There we go. Okay, the next 4 strings, tie a knot. And these next 4 strings. This is going to be our last knot for this row. Okay, now we have a row of 4, we have a row of 3, we are going to do a row of 2 in here. So leave out the 1, 2, 3, those 4 strings, and let's use these 4 here to tie a knot. And tie a knot. And then the next 4 strings, same thing. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's tie a knot here. And the very last thing that we're going to do, we are going to tie a knot with the 4 strings in the middle. You can see that this makes a really nice triangular shape to finish off your mini ʻIwa bird ornament, and it secures everything in place. If it's ending up too pointy or kind of like pulling inward, you can grab the tips of the triangle and kind of pull it out just to make it a bit more, just to make it look a little bit nicer. And then from here, we are pretty much finished and ready to trim off the extra string. So you can take a really sharp pair of scissors and cut diagonally here and diagonally here to finish off your ornament. Last but not least, let's unravel these bottom pieces of cord so that we can have a nice fringed look to our ornament. You can just twist the string backwards to kind of unravel it, and use your fingertips to pull the threads apart and fluff them up. Now you can trim those ends off the string as well. And there you have it, your finished ʻIwa bird macrame ornament, all ready to hang up on your tree or on your wall and make your home a little bit more beautiful.